I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I came into this episode ready to have my foot so far up Clay's ass that it wouldn't even be funny, right? I was ready to wrap my hands so tightly around his neck during this recap. But Tatiana, come here. Come here. Come here. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We're here to talk to Never Ever Met Season 2, Episode 7, Sex, Lies, and Everything on Tape. What a stupid title for this episode. I guess. If you guys are brand new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoy it, leave your comments down below. I need at least 50 of y'all to subscribe to the channel. Y'all are watching, y'all are here, y'all are commenting. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, y'all. We got a goal of 40,000 subs that we need to hit, so we got to get to 36,000 first, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. Shout out to the ladies that have been in the chat every single week. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, y'all are taking it in stride, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into the episode. So we're waking up the next morning, and Clay and Tatiana, remember, they went to the boom boom room last episode. So they basically insinuate that they had the sex. Oh girl. Whatever. Jay and Cinco were talking, and apparently Clay was so drunk one night, he started telling everyone that his bestie is coming. She's 5'11", slim, and a porn star. Why do we need to know that she's a porn star? Right? And there is nothing against sex workers or anything like that. I don't have a problem with that. But, like, why is that something that you lead with? I don't know. When I introduce my friends or I talk about my friends, I don't ever lead with their height, their build, and their occupation. But maybe that's just me, okay? So Jay is, while she's retwisting Cinco's hair, she's like, I think he slept with the best friend, and I 1000% do as well. They give friends with benefits tease. Okay, that's just me. Brittany and Kiki are talking, and Brittany is claiming that her and Ty have talked about sex, but she isn't going to go to the boom boom room just because she don't want to. Brittany, I want you to stop wasting Ty's time. Granted, I don't like Ty at all. However, you're wasting this man's time. You know you don't like him. You know you're not feeling any type of spark with him. You probably haven't gotten over the fact that he didn't want to go and get your drink and all this other stuff for you. You don't like this man, so stop playing in his face. Like, let's just be real about this, right? So Kiki said in her confessional that Ty might be going home solo. Kiki, you might be going home solo too, sis, because you still got skeletons in your closet that you need to be talking about. Right? So we then see Clay's friend Jamila comes, okay? So she runs and jumps in Clay's arms as if they have been long lost pen pals that are finally meeting up after a gazillion years. Like, stop it. Stop it. It's been, what, 2 weeks? Nonetheless, when she jumps in his arms, she wraps rather loosely, okay? The house gassed it, but she wrapped her leg rather loosely around his body. Still very, very inappropriate. She knows it's inappropriate. He knows it's inappropriate, but we're going to act as if, oh my God, it's not a big deal. So he introduces her to Tatiana. It was very awkward and dry. Now, I don't know if he didn't tell Tatiana that his best friend was a woman, but Tatiana looked like, I don't want to say intimidated, but she gave like a look. It was an interesting look, okay? So Tati just kind of says, "Hey," and then walks away, and Clay keeps introducing Jamila to everyone else. Now, while she's doing this, she's still hanging on his arm and hugging on him. And I'm like, okay, like I I'm not a big hugger. So maybe for whatever. Whatever. So apparently, Jamila is the baby's godmother, okay? I thought she was gonna be the baby mama, but she's the baby's godmother. So he says Clay is a fucking liar. So for all we know, she could be the baby mama. For all we know, she could be the mother. So everyone in the house now is laughing and talking about how Jamila jumped into Clay's arms. And everybody is like, that's wild, inappropriate because she wrapped her legs around him. Now, some of the women were making it seem as if she wrapped her legs around him and was popping and, doing all that kind of stuff. She wasn't, but it was still very inappropriate. Now, while Clay and Jamila are outside, Tati is in the living room, like drinking, and everybody else is talking about how crazy this is, how crazy this is. Charlie, I feel like you got too much shit. Charlie, I suggest you really just sit back and mind your businesses, because Jared is playing you for the absolute fool. Talking about you doing too much sniggling and giggling for me, Charlie. That's all I'ma say. Okay. just wait, sis. Your turn is coming. So Tatiana finally asks, what's everybody talking about? Because they doing demonstrations and like they're making a fool out of Tatiana. Way more, mind you, they're making more of a fool out of Tati than Clay and Jamila just did. So I want Tati to kind of look at this. Look at how these so-called people that have had your back are making a fool out of you. They're playing in your face as well. It's not just Clay, it's everybody else in the house. So Jay finally tells Tatiana about the hug. Tati goes 0 to a trillion and she goes outside to confront Clay. And she was like, so you had your legs around my dude? Like, that's inappropriate. Don't be hugging up on my man like that. Doing a lot, okay? I think that Tati handled this poorly. You handled this poorly, okay? So Jamila was like, I hugged him like I always do. Do you not want me to hug him? No, she don't, Jamila. And I didn't like the way that Jamila was being super condescending about this too. Why are y'all gaslighting this lady? Don't do that. Don't do that. So Tati is out there talking about you need to respect me and stay off my fucking man. So then Jay comes out and Jay grabs Tati. They go back inside. So Jamila is like, well, Tati isn't a good parent figure. And, if she has issues with the hug, she will have issues with so much more. Mainly the fact that, in a lot of the pictures that we have on Instagram together, you're lifting me up or holding me up. Now, I do have some male friends that I am super, super close with that we are strictly just friends with. Them niggas don't pick me up every time they see me, okay? I'm not hanging all over them like that. So I don't like the narrative that, well, this is my bestie, and that's why I'm hugging all over him and jumping into his arms. No, y'all done fucked before, sis. Clay, and you know that you have, right? So Tati goes back in the house, and Jamila is like, it's just a hug, and I missed you. And Clay is like, I missed you too. It has been literally like 2.5, 3 weeks. Y'all missed each other because y'all fucking. So in her confessional, Tati said that she was instantly embarrassed. I'm sure you were. Jamila then said that Tati was acting barbaric. I said, oh girl, you must have just learned that word last week. Nothing that Tati did was barbaric. So Clay then tells Jamila he thinks it's best if she just leaves. So instead of Clay going to check on Tati when she goes into the house, she's clearly upset, she's clearly emotional, she's pissed off, she's triggered, whatever you want to say it, you choose to stay outside and comfort your bestie. Okay. All right. So the guys are all sitting around talking and they're telling Clay how wild it was the way that, that hug. The hug was inappropriate, Clay. So then they then say, look, the way that we just explained it to you is not how the ladies are explaining it to her. And you know that. So Clay is like, damn, that's right. So they ask Clay, look, have you apologized? And he's like, no, I was too busy chasing her around. You were not chasing Tati around. You were too busy chasing Jamila's ass around. I'm so sick of Clay. I'm so sick of Clay. And in that he looks dirty. His face has looked dirty the past couple of episodes. Your hair is not brushed. You look unkempt. You look unkempt. So he goes and sits down in front of Tati and was like, I'm sorry. But did you know that my best friend is the one that told me to give you the flowers? My best friend told me to give you the flowers. And Tati is like, I don't want to talk about her, whatever. I don't care. So then Clay is like, I think now is the best time for me to just be honest about everything. And it's like, I have a daughter. That's a couple of months old. Tati calls him stupid and they said, I'm not even worried about the baby right now. What? Time out. Time out. Tati, don't tell me. Don't tell me this that you are more upset about a hug than the fact that this nigga hugged a whole fucking baby from you. Make it make sense, Tati. I'll wait. This doesn't make sense, baby. How are you more upset? How are you more upset about the fact that this woman hugged him inappropriately than you are about the fact that he laid down and had a whole fucking baby? Because let's be real, I think Tati's anger was misdirected anyways. Tati should not have been coming after Jamila like that. You should have been coming after Clay like that. Clay is the one that disrespects you. Jamila doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't owe you respect. She doesn't owe you loyalty. She doesn't owe you anything. Clay does. So the fact that you went out and you went and lit half on Jamila but did not do the same for Clay was trash. That's trash, Tati. You noted that misdirected anger. So she calls him stupid and was like, you're trying to make me look stupid again. So Clay once again tries to gaslight her. And it's like, how am I trying to make you look stupid? Did you see her jump in my arms? I said, don't do that, Clay. Don't do that. Don't do that, because you know damn well what that woman did. You know what she did. So while all of this is happening, Tati's mom is at the door. Come on in, mama. Come join the fucking circus, right? So she comes in and she walks right into her mom's arms and she's overly emotional. And I said, girl, you gonna tell your mama what happened? She does. So she tells her mom how Clay's friend jumped into his arms and wrapped her legs around him. She couldn't lock him, but according, was it Charlie that said if she could, she would have. Okay? So she then tells her mother about the fact that he has a kid. So while this is going on, Clay comes in and tries to sit next to Tati. And I'm like, Clay, it's the lack of awareness for me, the lack of emotional intelligence, my guy. What in God's green earth made you think that now is the perfect opportunity for you to come in and sit next to Tati? You just told this woman that you have a baby. You just tried to gaslight her into thinking that what she is being told happened did not happen. And I get what he was saying. Did you see it? But don't do that, because if everybody else is saying it, both the men and the women, don't do that, Clay. Don't do that. You do everything but tell the fucking truth. Arrested Development. Oh my God. So Clay wants to at least introduce himself to her mother. So he apologizes to them both for making Tati upset and then said he really cares about her. And Tati was like, be gone. You introduce yourself, go. So Clay, has to walk with his tail between his legs and he leaves. So Tati then tells her mom that Clay has a lot of good qualities and she needs to sleep on it. Let's list all of Clay's good qualities. Well, he lies, okay? He sweats a lot because he's anxious from the lies. He gives you flowers to deflect from the lies. He love bombs you to hide the lies. He lied about having a child. Like, yeah, those are all great qualities. Kudos, Tati. Oh my God. Oh my God. Girl, get the fuck. Get the fuck, Tati. Like, and I know you be in the comments, sis. Like, what's tea? This is silly. You're making yourself look bad at this point. You're making yourself look stupid, Tati. So Jared and Charlie have the audacity to be over to the side talking. And Charlie is like, well, it's crazy how now that everything's out in the open, she didn't even care about the kid. The kid is fine. And Charlie is like, well, he can't have the best friend and the wife. Now he's going to have to pick one. He's going to pick his best friend because he's fucking her. Okay? So Jared then said in his confessional that he knows how to be a good boyfriend and husband. He's done it before, but it's exhausting after a while. And, maybe if he finds someone that doesn't, exhaust him after a while, that'll be his person. Jared, you are trash. Complete and utter trash. Complete and utter trash. Charlie, you see how you laughing and sniggling and giggling about everybody else, and Jared has been running down on you since episode one because he just wanted to crack, sis. He just wanted to crack. Jared wrote, fuck no, he doesn't want to stay with you. But keep on laughing and yucking it up because I'm going to laugh at you. And I cannot wait for that episode. Brittany is then tickling Cinco on his neck. Girl, what is happening? This episode was so WTF, it's not even funny. Brittany, that's inappropriate, sis, and you know it is. And then you're doing it in front of Jay, and you're doing it in front of Ty. Like, have some respect for yourself. Oh my, if you're not going to respect anybody else, have some respect for yourself. The next morning, Tati wrote F-U, literally the letters F-U, in roses down on the steps so that he could see. Clay comes downstairs and see it and said that he feels like he must have hurt her badly. Okay. Because is Clay slow? Is it given touch by an angel? What's happening? You think you hurt her badly? What? So Clay apologizes once again, and Tati basically said that it wasn't genuine because if you keep saying I'm sorry, but you keep doing things to hurt me and you keep lying, is it really is it truth? Why should I believe it? Tati then said, look, you didn't even check Jamila for what she did. You didn't even come check on me. You let Jamila leave like everything was hunky dory and as if there was no issues whatsoever. And I want you to call your bestie, and say that she was wrong. I want you to do that. And I want to hear the phone call, put it on speaker, because I want to know that I can trust you. And if I can trust you with other women, because you got the baby mama. But remember, Tati, you don't care about the baby. You're worried about the hug. So Clay was like, I can do that. I can do that. Clay calls Jamila, okay? Tells her, look, what we did wasn't cool. It wasn't cool, and so then Jamila's like, we've been friends for 7 years. I mean, we've been best friends since we were 7. Excuse me. We've been best friends since we were 7. You're my everything. We're best friends. Sure, we fuck. Sure, I might bust a split on that for you, but we're friends. And I can do whatever I want to because we're friends. That's my best friend. And I'm like, y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound stupid. Tati interjects and said the way that y'all hugged was not cool with you wrapping your leg around him. Jamila said that she didn't and then proceeds to say, Tati, your tax bracket is below hers. Tati said, I'm sorry, I'm not a star like you are. I said, oh, girl. Again, we do not shame the sex workers, okay? So then Jamila said that when you were drinking wine out of a champagne flute, Tati was like, yeah, because I was stressed. Tati, girl. So then Clay is letting Jamila disrespect her. Jamila is running down on Tati right now, and Clay is just sitting there, and Tati is begging Clay, check her. Check her. Say something to her, Clay. Say something to her right now. Don't let her talk to me like that. Say something. So now everybody in the house is looking, and Clay is just sitting there with the phone like this. Because Clay doesn't want to check his best friend. Clay doesn't want to tell his bestie that the way that you talking to my girl isn't cool. Why? Why? It's giving that Clay is with Jamila and they are a couple and he came on this show for the money and to fuck. That's what it's giving. So then Tati is begging Clay to check her. Don't let her don't let her talk to me like that. So then Clay says very softly and very monotonely, I think it was wrong. Just above a whisper so that only Tati could hear, but Jamila couldn't. So then we see Clay hang up the phone. We see him hang up the phone so he doesn't have to say anything. We then see Tati say, yeah, and I got to see her with this bitch. So he's like, what did you call me? And then it cuts to commercial. And we don't like they didn't run it back at the top of the commercial break again, which I thought was interesting. So did she call him a bitch or was she talking about Jamila? Nonetheless, we then see Tati and Kiki, and Tati wants to make Clay feel the way he made her feel. She then wants them to go to therapy and said, aside from the shenanigans, everything is good. Girl, if he shenanigans once, his ass was shenan again, Tati. Your whole relationship is one shenanigan. What are you talking about aside from the shenanigans? Aside from what, the whole fucking baby? Tati. So we panned over to Ty and Brittany. They go on a date to his apartment in LA. He's cooking dinner for her. She don't like that man. She don't like him. She don't want nothing to do with him. She didn't want to kiss him. When they did kiss, it was a mwah. He was like, I want to smack your butt, but I need consent. She does not give him consent. And that's her choice, your body, your choice. But like, you don't like him. It's clear you don't like him. You don't like him. And that's fine. But tell him, don't waste his time. Don't do that. Back at the house, Clay and Tati meet with Dr. Alley, and Clay explained how his bestie hugged him and it said Tati was a different person. She was a different person. Tati said no, she wrapped her legs around him. I don't think he cares about me or my feelings. Tati said he lies a lot. And I'm always the person on the outside. I never know what's going on. I just found out about the baby. Everyone else knew about the baby. Everyone else knew. I didn't know. I'm always the last to know. But you want to stay with him though, Tati. So what difference does it make? You're okay with being the last to know. Remember, girl, you had the opportunity to end this shit last night and you said, hey, let's go to therapy. Because outside of the shenanigans, we're good. Clay said that he's exhausted, stressed, and overwhelmed. I mean, lying and trying to keep up a lie will have those effects on the person. He then talks about how he has PTSD and trauma from the service and he just wants peace. And I am very sympathetic to the fact that he does have PTSD because a lot of people that do come back from being in the service, they unfortunately they do suffer from that, and not all of them get the mental health um care that they need. So I am sympathetic to that, but I also need Clay to understand that you are the one that are keeping yourself from being peaceful, Clay. You know what I mean? I feel like this entire experience hasn't been peaceful for you, Clay, and it's because of you. It's because you have chosen to lie. Now, I do get that the way that Tatiana act probably triggered something in him with his PTSD, and I do 1,000% hate that for him. But at the end of the day, Clay, you do have to take some responsibility for your part in Tatiana's response, in your part for Tatiana's reaction. You haven't protected her. You haven't stood up for her. You haven't defended her. You have lied to her. You have played in her face. You have love bombed her. You have done all of this type of stuff to her. And I guess she's supposed to just sit and take it. Nigga, you lied about eating meat. Something as simple as that. You are disrupting your own peace, Clay. You, baby, it's you. So Tati gets emotional and she wants him to just say that he doesn't like her. He tries to hold her hand. She pulls it away because don't touch me. Okay. She then feels like she's been vulnerable and he keeps playing in her face. Clay said, but I do care about you, but she's my best friend. She's just my best friend, and that's it. We're just friends. We've been friends since forever. She's been there for every moment in my life. We are just friends. Tati doesn't know if she's done, but she doesn't know if she can, trust him. She wants his actions to start to match his words. Clay's on a level of 1 to 10 of being invested. He's at a 10. Tati says she came in the process on a 7, and now it's like a 2 or 3, and Clay rolls his eyes and he looks offended. Clay, you have to understand the reason that she is down. The reason that she is down 4 to 5 notches is because of you. So Chris's cousin Shantu and Alexa's friend Manya come over. we blinked and they were gone. But Chris basically said that Alexis is kind of aggressive and he wants her to calm down. And if she were to be more submissive, he will go to the boom boom room. Chris is a fucking meathead that wants his woman to be submissive and do whatever it is that he said. Chris, until you learn how to fucking spell, you don't get to tell nobody what they should do. And y'all were in the comments saying, well, maybe he's dyslexic. Y'all love to make excuses for people. And the nigga just can't spell. He just can't spell. Everything is not dyslexia. Everything is not somebody being on the spectrum. Y'all, the way that y'all make excuses for people on TV is crazy. It is crazy. Him spelling Baileys instead of Baileys does not mean he's dyslexic. It means that nigga can't spell, is what it means. So Alexis' friend is saying that she has condoms for her. Alexis said that she has never worked as hard for a young boy. Baby, if you got to beg, then you don't need it. It's not for you. I wish I would beg somebody younger than me for sex, because that's basically what you're doing. So Shantu is talking to Alexis, and Alexis asked him, how can I maneuver, around Chris? Like, what is the best approach? And Shantu said, girl, it's your mouth. You doing too much of this. Chris wants you to be seen and not heard. Chris tells her cousin that he wants Alexis to be more fit. I guess. So Clay and Tati are playing chess, and I'm like, what? They're playing chess. She don't know how to play. He wants to teach her. She don't want to. It's awkward. It's an uncomfortable, stupid scene. So Clay feels a way that she is not reciprocating his touch. So she asks him, Cinco brings her out some pizza. She asks Clay to go get her something to drink. He gets up. I guess he tries to touch her shoulder as he walks by. She doesn't want that. Clay wants her to give it her all. He wants you to be all in on the process that he has not been all in and truthful on. Fuck you, Clay. So then Clay feels a way that she says she doesn't want to give it her all right now. So they're at dinner, and the group is like, you guys went to therapy. How was it, Tati? Tati said it was good. Clay was like, it was a long day. I'm just tired. Clay asked Tati if she's ready to get up and go to bed, and she said, not with you. So now his ego was bruised, so he gets up and switches his thick ass into the kitchen. And then in his confessional, he said, well, she's wasting my time, and I don't want to waste my time. If you keep it real with me, I'll keep it real with you, baby. When have you kept it real, Clay? When you were sneaking and eating beef taquitos at midnight, or when you were hiding that baby? When were you keeping it real? When? I'll wait. I got time. It's Sunday. Like, come on. So he then tells some of the guys he ready to go home. Why? Because you're being a bitch, Clay. I'll call you one. You're being a bitch. You dumped a lot on this lady while not only you disrespected her, but you let your friend disrespect her, and then you didn't even want to correct your friend from it. And you're like, what? Clay is a coward. He's a coward. So he goes upstairs and he starts packing. He comes back downstairs and tells Tati this isn't working. And he was like, I don't want to waste my time. So Tati was like, you're being a big man baby about this. I just need time. And you need to understand that it will take time with me. She said, but if you want to go, let me know. If you want to make this work, I'm here. He said, well, I started packing. So she's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go or not? I started packing. I would have slapped the shit out of him for doing that to me. Because now you being disrespectful. Now you being uberly disrespectful, Clay. Unnecessarily, right? So he then asked her, like, this is what it is, Tati. So she's like, look, do you want to go? He's like, no, but I don't want my time to be wasted either. They start going back and forth about whether or not he wants to leave. So then finally Clay was like, well, forget it then. He goes downstairs to tell everyone. Now, the way that the editing was, it looks according to editing, it looks like he overhears them saying that they feel bad for Tati and she got an idiot. So he's standing there sad. Yeah, go to pack up your t-shirts. Go pack up your t-shirts and go home. So Kristen tells Alexis this is all because everybody made a big deal about the hug. No, it's not, Chris. Shut the fuck up. I am so sick of Chris. I'm so sick of Chris acting as if the men are doing no wrong in this house. Just go home. It's not. Now we fully understand why nobody wanted your ass on Ready to Love. Now we do. So Jared said this is a bitch move by Clay, and it is. It is. So Clay leaves without saying anything to anyone else. And I think it was Jay that said that Clay needs to grow up more. Clay lacks emotional maturity. He lacks maturity in general, because for you to be upset that you did something wrong, let's be real, you did. You disrespected her several times over the course of these 24 hours, and you're mad that because you said sorry, she's not just jumping in your arms ready to go fuck again. That's what it is. Your ego is bruised. You're childish. So you want to leave because you feel like she's wasting your time. You've been wasting her damn time the past 7 episodes. You've been wasting my time. I can tell you that. You've been wasting my time, Clay. Simple as. So he packs up his little duffel bags and he leaves. So then Kiki tells Charlie and Jared that she will fight them if they decide to leave. Jared said, oh no, I'm staying. I'm getting all these free meals and all this free camera time. Charlie said, you think I'm going to leave this man? You don't have to leave him, baby. He's going to leave you. And I'm going to laugh the same way you've been laughing at everybody else in this house. Jared then said in the confessional that Charlie needs to know his true feelings and that the honeymoon phase is over. Throw everybody away. Throw everybody away. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel. 50 of y'all. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.